today is July 30th and it's a Tuesday. I found out 3 days ago that I'm about 4 weeks pregnant and I'm actually on vacation in Minnesota and to see my family and friends. Me and my husband, we've been trying, I think this is like the third month that we've stopped using protection. And we kind of had this mentality that if it happens, then it happens kind of thing. So, and we've been together for 3 years now. Earlier this month it was 3 years we were married. And so, let's see. Maybe we should do like a recap. So this is kind of like a video diary rather than me writing it all down. So, last Wednesday was when I flew up here. It's about a 5-hour flight because there was a stop in Chicago, and my parents picked me up, then came back to their place and surprised my grandma and grandpa because they had no idea that I'd be up here. And Thursday, I worked out with my mom's trainer from the gym. We did a workout outside. It was me and my mom and I think three other girls, and that was pretty fun. It was about half hour and I burned 400 calories. And what else? Friday, I knew I was supposed to get my period because my period is really pretty regular. I know it. I get it every 4 weeks on the same day. So I was going to spend the night at my friend's house, and since I didn't get my period, I stopped by a Target on the way there and I picked up tampons and a pregnancy test, which seemed weird because I figured, I'm going to need one or the other. So then, and she had some people over, like some neighbors, and my husband's best friend was there with his girlfriend, and she was really curious to see who was pregnant because she saw the empty pregnancy test box in the garbage can in the bathroom. And I first did one. The first one I did, it came out positive, but it seemed like it was kind of faded lines, so I kind of figured, maybe I'm dehydrated, I don't know. So then I drank like 4 glasses of water and then eventually had to pee, so I used the second one and it came out positive. But the second line that appeared for like the cross, it seemed like it was a little faded, so I grabbed the instructions and it said even if one of the lines is faded, it still means you're pregnant. So after that, I was like one of 2 people that were there that weren't drinking at all, or one of 3 people that weren't drinking, and there was quite a bit of people there. So, and I didn't want to, I guess, give it away because of my husband's best friend being there. I didn't want him to know, but his girlfriend was being pretty nosy because I didn't want them to tell my husband because he's down in Florida, because I want to be the one to tell him, obviously. So, well, after that, then me and my friend, I decided like the next morning to go to the clinic here in town to do a pee test to confirm whether I am pregnant or not. And we went there, peed in the cup, and we sat down. We waited for like a minute or 2 for the results, and the nurse pulled us into the room, and she said that it came out positive. And that was immediately when I started crying, and my friend started crying, and then she asked me for the first day of my last menstrual period, and then after that she kind of got the estimated delivery date, I guess. So based on that, it's 4/4/14. And apparently you're supposed to schedule another appointment, but since I don't live up here, I have to find a doctor down in Florida, and I found one, and hopefully I can get an appointment in for next week, so then Andrew, my husband, could come with me. And I think that's where they do like blood tests, just to really figure out how far along I am and stuff like that. And after that, we went to, the nurse, she told me I think she told me like 5 things. Like, take a prenatal vitamin, which I wasn't doing yet. No smoking, no drinking alcohol. If we have cats, which we do, Andrew has to clean out the litter box, which he usually does anyway. And then also for cleaning supplies, you have to use all natural cleaning supplies. And so after that, we went to Target, so I got prenatal vitamins, and then I bought this book, which I've seen this book before. And it's really heavy. It has a lot of things in there. And it kind of, mostly it goes by each month. So I already read like the first month's worth. Because technically I'm around like 4 weeks. About. And then we went to Applebee's. And I had the nurse print off this piece of paper where it only says, I believe, on the top. It says pregnancy urine positive right there on the top. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe, I don't know. But, so we went to Applebee's to eat, and then, oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I feel like it was giving me anxiety just thinking about how I was going to tell my family and everything. And of course when I got here, my mom was in the shower, so I was like, to wait to tell everybody. And once she got out of the shower, I showed her the piece of paper. I was like, oh, look at this. And she got so confused. I'm like, no, just look at the top part. And she's like, are you pregnant? Yeah. And I start crying, and then we hug, and everyone knows. And I don't want my husband to know until I'm the one that tells him in person when I get home on Friday. So yeah. And then what else? What happened after that? Well, my grandparents were there, so I told them. And my dad. And then who was the next one to know? I think my brother Jesse came over. And I told him, and he said it's about time someone around here gets pregnant, which I thought was funny. And when I told my brother Danny, I said, you're going to be an uncle. And he seemed excited. And then I told my sister a couple days ago. And while we were hugging, and she didn't even say anything. I was like, did you hear me? And she said, yeah. And her, like, the only comment she made is like, wait, you're not a virgin? Typical little sister. And then, what day? Sunday? Was it Sunday? I went over to my in-laws' house, and I told, so my husband's mom and dad, Christine and Scott, I told them, and I told them they can't tell anybody, and Christina said it's really hard to not tell anybody, because I don't want anyone to know until Friday when I get to tell Andrew. And it like every time before I tell somebody, it gives me like extreme anxiety before I told everybody. Like I have like, it like builds up this emotion like, oh gosh, I have to tell them. And so I've had a couple dreams of me telling Andrew, and it just makes me so nervous. Especially like his reaction. I don't know what it's gonna be like. But yeah. What else? So I found out Saturday I was pregnant, and then Sunday me and the family went to the IMAX at the Minnesota Zoo, watched some 3D scary monsters, or flying monsters I think it was called, about like dinosaurs. And Monday, what did I do yesterday? Oh, I went to, because I'm one of her bridesmaids, so we'd figure out how we're going to do that, because her wedding is in February. Figure out how we're going to do the dress situation. I tried one on yesterday, which was way too big, because it was the only one she had, but she just clipped it in the back, and it made it look like it fit. It was a really cute dress. It was comfortable, and it's got pockets. And after we did that, we went to the mall. And we always like to go to like JCPenney and try on a bunch of dresses just because it's fun. And I think that's it. And now today, Today's Tuesday, so I was supposed to go work out with the trainer again with my mom and my sister today at 6, but I called the clinic to see what kind of exercise, if I'm able to do it, because it was really, like strenuous activity the other day when I did it, and the nurse, she said to not do, if it's something you've already done, then you keep doing it, but if it's something new, don't do it. So me working out with a trainer, that's new, so I'm not going to do it. And plus my heart rate can't go over 140, and I should pretty much be sticking to walking and jogging. So I won't be doing that today. Unless they work out inside, then I could just walk on the treadmill, but it sounds like they'll be outside. And that's all I have so far. Now it's like 3:30 or 4, almost 4 I think, and I've pretty much been lazy all day. And I feel like doing something just because I need to be productive, but at the same time I don't feel like doing something because I don't want to do anything. This is the first day of my vacation where I'm actually not doing anything. So, yeah. So, I guess that's it. I guess that's all I have for now. Yeah. And I should have mentioned if I'm feeling anything. So far it doesn't feel like I'm pregnant, which is hard to believe, but then I remember that I'm not on my period, so that's like the only thing that's convinced me I'm pregnant. Other than I realized my boobs, they're like a lot more sore. I mean, they're always sore like a week or two before I would get my period, but this month they've been even more, especially now. But other than that, I think that's it. Yesterday I had like a stomach cramp, which I haven't had in a long time. But other than that, I think I might have gotten a couple headaches lately. I don't usually get headaches. And I think that's it. And I'm hoping to not gain too much weight. I read in that book I'm reading, it says like according to my body type, I should gain like 25 to 35 pounds. But I'm hoping to at least do some cardio every day so I can try to stay in somewhat kind of a shape. But yeah. Yeah, no signs, I don't really think. No really symptoms of it. Nothing out of the ordinary, really. But